welcome back to Foodies. So we are making now empanadas. We're ready for our empanadas.
Yes.
Okay, what are we doing now? Now we've got the filling, we've got the dough that you've made.
Now we get to put them together. This is the fun part.
Do we do like the whole pinching thing?
The fluting, yes.
Yes?
Yes, and I have to say that part I'm not very good at. My mom is better at that than I am. She's been doing these way longer than me, so she's got that part down.
Probably you and my mom together, because after making pierogies for so long, she's got that
similar skill set.
Similar skill set.
There you go. Okay, so the trick to this, believe it or not, is one of two things. It's either a tortilla press, which most people don't have, myself included, or a humble plastic bag and a rolling pin. That's it. So,
okay.
I'm going to show you how this works.
Yours.
Okay, you take a plastic bag. All right, you got some scissors?
How about a knife? Does that
Sure.
work? Yeah.
So you cut off the top.
Okay.
And then you go to the edges. Now the bottom you're going to completely keep intact. We're opening up the sides now. All right?
Okay.
This actually saves you a lot of work. See, the thing about wheat flour is that you need to use some flour to be able to roll it out. But in this case, we use water. Water is going to be our best friend
really?
here. Water and oil.
Okay.
So we open it up and we lay it in front of us with this part hanging in front of us.
Okay.
Okay? And basically we're going to be doing this kind of an action. That's what we're doing. Okay? So we take just a tiny bit of oil and we're not smothering but just slightly coating. And then we just take our bag and we make sure that we coat really well both sides. There you go. And if you want to brush it out, you certainly can. And then you open it up. And remember, this bottom part is now coated with oil, so don't stand against it.
Okay.
There we go. So now as far as the dough goes, you'll notice that it's a little dry looking on the very top, and that's natural because of the dehydration process. So you pick up enough dough that it'll basically give you about a golf ball, or maybe a little bit bigger than a golf ball. I don't play golf, but that's what I go by.
So you want just it better to keep the dough covered all the time? Yeah? Okay.
And then you just work it and knead it. But if you find it's overly sticking to your hands, just take a little bit of water, and I've got a little dish with some water. Keep your hands nice and wet, and it actually keeps the dough intact. And this is completely opposite of a flour-based dough, which you constantly need to work with in a dry position. You need to actually keep this moist for it to work. So now we give it a little tap to a disc.
Okay.
Place it down, cover it up, and then our rolling pin comes in very handy. And I'm going in a couple different directions so I don't get one big long piece. I'm actually trying to get a round disc. And we're going for about just under 1/4 inch. Here we go. I'll let you borrow that.
Okay.
And then you open this up. There we go. And this looks beautiful. And then we take a spoonful of our filling, and you're better off to underfill rather than overfill. And you place it not in the center, but just off center. And then what I do is, remember, this is kind of delicate, so I use the actual bag to fold it over. There we go. But you keep the bag down, and manually just kind of tap out all those air bubbles. There we go.
Okay.
Then you take a bowl, and you let it fall over the top of the hump, go out 1/2 inch, down, twist, up, done. Watch this. Pick it up by the heaviest part.
Oh, that's crazy.
Heaviest part. Here we go.
It's like a big pierogi.
Yeah, it does look like a big pierogi. And then I'll attempt to flute.
Sorry, did you put water on the edges?
Nope, none at all. Because it's already a moist dough, it'll stick together.
Okay, so...
And any scraps, that'll be for maybe another one.
So just take it over.
Fold it over.
And the whole bag.
And then just finger press out all the air bubbles and have the edges combine.
So I take the bowl over the hump, slide it down.
1/2 inch, down, twist, done.
Down, twist.
Up, done. There you go. Open it up.
Yes, I'm a pro.
Lift it up by the heaviest part. Oh, applause, please. Yes, this is awesome.
Okay, let's see how well I can do
Now,
this.
you're probably better at this than I am, because I'm terrible at fluting.
Don't say that.
I don't do as much pastry as you do. Well, that's a very good first try. Very, very good first try.
All right, I believe you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I just place it down, cover it up, pat it down, take my...
Did you oil it? Did you oil the bag again?
No. Just and when the bag starts feeling dry, it might take maybe 3 or 4 empanada rolls before you might need to re-oil it.
school?
I have an online cooking school because I believe that being able to cook is a life skill that everyone should have access to in a time-efficient and economical manner.
Wow.
So the online school is my way of teaching the world how to cook.
And what's it called again?
Fooddiva.com.
That is really catchy.
Thank you.
Yes, this takes practice.
It does, but it is so much fun.
Yeah, it's already not perfect. It's kind of bigger on one side than on the other.
That's okay. Trust me, they will taste fabulous. And that's the most important thing about street food.
Since you're a pro at this, I'll let you do it whether you flute it well or not.
Okay.
And I'll do the salsa.
Perfect.
So you have lots of garlic, again. Let's go with 2 cloves. Okay, and jalapeno, a whole one.
Sure.
Now just working very carefully with this, making sure that I wash my hands afterwards. It's very important not to touch your skin, especially your eyes after working with these. But the hottest part in the peppers is actually the seeds, so I want to make sure I remove the seeds.
So let me help you with the lime.
Okay.
Would you cut these for me when you have a chance?
Sure.
Excellent.
There you go.
Thanks. What I love about citrus juice is that it brings out a nice amount of freshness and acidity to a salsa.
Especially using fresh limes and or lemons. Okay, so I've got the peppers in.
Excellent.
Cilantro in as well?
Yes. I just throw it in as is. And what I love about a food processor is that it takes a lot of manual labor out of making a salsa.
Oh, yeah. And you said red wine vinegar?
Yes. Red wine vinegar adds a lot of depth, and citrus acid adds a lot of freshness. Actually, I would pulse that first, and probably some of these green onions as well.
So
just so we don't get a big hunk of onion.
Onions in there?
Yeah. Rough chop, throw it in, puree really, really well. But we're not making soup, so that's why we're not going to put in the tomatoes quite yet.
Okay.
And actually, this lime juice will help everything go much easier for you.
Okay, and salt and pepper?
Absolutely. Here you are, as much as you like. So here goes one.
You've got the oil preheated?
Yeah. Yes, it's at 375. And drop them close to the oil. Don't drop them from up here, because splash, it's dangerous, not a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
Excellent. So I would recommend adding just half the tomatoes at this point. Give it a couple really, really good pulses, and then add the other half and add a few more pulses. Otherwise, you might get it to be too soupy in nature.
Okay. Tell me when.
Perfect.
And now add the rest?
Yeah. And then just pulse it a couple times, and you're done. These are looking gorgeous already. They don't take very long. Take about like 5 minutes. We're just cooking out the dough, and the filling is just getting heated through. Because it's already pre-cooked.
How is that?
It looks great.
Is it good?
Yes.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to taste it for like salt and pepper?
Sure.
Grab a spoon.
Well, you'll have to join me.
Okay.
So for tasting for salt, zip. It's actually pretty good. Maybe a pinch more salt.
Oh, it's got zip.
It's got zip. It's got a little heat too, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a pinch more salt. One more pulse.
Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
Okay, so I think that is enough. You said it's good.
Yes.
And
you did a great job.
And are those guys almost ready to come out?
They need about another minute or two, so by the time commercial's done, we can eat.
Perfect. So we're gonna take a little break, and when we come back, Maribel's actually gonna show us how we're gonna serve this in like street fair style.
How you would get it on the street.
We can't wait.
Coming up next, a unique way to present South American street fare. Foodies is brought to you by Oster, designed for the creative, passionate, and inspired cook in you. Oster, experience the art of food. Next week on Foodies, the ultimate in Canadian cuisine.
And welcome back to Foodies as Maribel and I wrap up our South American street fair. Now, I couldn't resist, but when you told me about the story, how you wanted to do the empanadas with the salsa, because that's how you get it in South America, served in a paper cone or newspaper you laughed at.
Or butcher paper. Yeah. Well, what you do is you just make a little cone, and again, you're better at this than I am. So I just put a little bit of salsa in a to-go container. And actually what happens is when you go to a vendor, they hand you a paper cone, and they put an empanada in the paper cone with a little plastic container, a paper container of salsa on the side, and you get it as is. So when you are walking down the street, whatever, sometimes you actually do get it in a newspaper. So, I mean, it's not ideal.
A little bit of print, a little bit of salsa.
Well, you're supposed to eat it right away. It's not a holding vessel, it's just a serving vessel. So then what you do is you just hold it back and you dip and eat, and it's a great way to eat it.
I think it's a great way to serve it even if you're at home. I think it's really fun and funky.
Oh, it is. And then what's often done is you purchase a drink of some sort. Could be a soda, tequila, beer, aguardiente is what I usually order. Or there's lots of opportunity for a fantastic wine with this. Something that's a little bit sweeter or a little bit acidic goes great
with something deep fried. Or since you have something very spicy, yeah, I thought agworts to break down.
Agwortstraminer works great.
It has like distinctive flavors. Goes great with spicy food. Mm-hmm. So which one shall we open?
How do you feel about dry Riesling?
Sounds great.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so I've got a really beautiful platter here, and I've got some gorgeous little shot glasses here. I like that little gadget.
It's cool, isn't it?
So at home, I'd probably serve the empanadas with a paper napkin and a little shooter glass so that you can dip or shoot the salsa in.
I don't think anything beats that little paper cup and the paper cone.
It's a hard act to follow up on, that's for sure. Here we go.
And I think we'll drink to that.
Excellent. And I'll just present a couple of these. Leslie, you did a great job of these. These look great.
Well, you were a great teacher, so it takes a great teacher to be a great student.
Well, thank you so much. Excellent.
And this was awesome. There you go. And I think I might have poured more for myself than for you, so I'll pretend like I'm kind.
Then you can have an extra empanada.
I have an excuse.
Perfect.
But really, this was great. Very educational, and I can't wait to try them. The smell is delicious, and really, even the smell of the wine and the spicy salsa smells amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on.
It was a pleasure to be here.
I had a blast. And thank you for watching. And of course, Mirabelle will share your recipes with us.
Yes.
And you can visit foodies.ca, and of course, Mirabelle's website will also be on our website. So thank you for watching. We'll see you right here next time on Foodies. So cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.